What's good, y'all? I'm about to react to He's Back. Avengers Doomsday Thanos Returns. Oh, snap. Really, one of my favorite all-time villains after seeing the whole Infinity War Endgame saga. Just that whole two-part series. Thanos was really my favorite villain out of the whole Avengers saga, I meant to say. But well, besides Loki, Ultron, now Thanos really is my favorite villain. But can't wait to hear this great news.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name's Michael Roman, aka All Fires Now. And
Wow, I never even seen this panel because I really don't watch panels like that or interviews like that. But I'm kind of like gradually, slowly getting to watching like more of their interviews and what they're talking about. What's the upcoming films? Like I did for Kirsten Dunst said she was gonna come back and play Mary Jane. But she said, hey, she's down. She do get some directors, get whatever. I ain't gonna lie, I would be glad to see a Spider-Man 4 movie by Tobey Maguire. But I really want Andrew Garfield to have his Spider-Man 3 movie, man. I just want them to get that done so at least he can have some. But man, that would be pretty cool, man. Let's see how Rhino would have actually looked in that movie. But they had like a whole human type of robot Rhino they had to end that Amazing Spider-Man 2 movie. But
next, you may confuse this quote with some of his more recent quotes. Say 3 months ago on the Happy Sad Confused podcast, Josh Brolin said something along the same lines, where he admitted he talks to the Russos 4 to 6.
It would have been cool if he had his own movie, though. Thanos had his movie, or just a show in general. I'm down for that, though. Just give him more of his backstory of how he probably was a little kid and how he became Thanos and how he probably seen all type of stuff and how he tried to take down the Avengers, was playing and all that, you know.
Times a week because of other stuff that they're working on together, that he thinks they're going to come up with something super fun and exciting for Doomsday and Avengers Secret War.
Crazy. The two biggest actors right here, definitely. For Infinity War and Endgame. I should call it now Thanos Infinity War versus Iron Man Endgame. That'd be pretty cool. Instead of Avengers, just put Thanos Infinity War and then Iron Man Endgame.
And that if they called him for Thanos, he wouldn't want to do a lesser version of the character, as the host put it, but he'd be back tomorrow. Well, he just reiterated the same thing, but it's the way that he said it. When prompted and asked if he would come back as Thanos for the upcoming Avengers movies, this is what he said point blank. If the Russos were to call, which they may have already, and they had some really great ideas, of course, I would love to do it. I'd love to come back as Thanos. Basically going wink wink, they may have already reached out about this. And let's face it, because of where we're headed with Avengers Secret Wars, you have to imagine that this is all in service of the extremely well-known comic panel where Dr. Doom pulls a straight Sub-Zero and rips Thanos' head and spine right out of his body. Now, very obviously, at this most recent con, where they showed a laser show for the upcoming Avengers Doomsday, which in my opinion held more Easter eggs and first looks than people are giving that laser show credit for. During that show, we saw something along the semblance of a Dr. Doom ripping out someone's head and spine. Some people pointed out it looked like the Scarlet Centurion, a version of Kang, but others pointed out more likely than not it was Thanos. You could sort of see the armor breaking around him. Well, it's a light show, it's translucent, it's hard to tell. Still, some people were suspecting this is that very famous comic panel, and this must confirm that Josh Brolin's Thanos is returning. Now, I don't think, for the same reason that I couldn't see Jonathan Majors signing up as Kang simply to show up in the first act of Avengers Doomsday and get killed off, that Josh Brolin would want to do anything of the same. I mean, they nailed a lot of characters during the Infinity Saga. Thanos is one of them. And if he gets a call from the Russos that simply says, hey, there's this really famous comic panel in Avengers Secret Wars where Dr. Doom is going to murder you in a gruesome way, would you want to come back and a cameo for that? I think obviously he'd agree because he's already a part of it, and it would probably mean more money, and there's a lot.
Oh yeah, definitely. But I ain't gonna lie, I did see like the whole animation. Somebody on YouTube that showed how Dr. Doom and Thanos would get down, and Dang, I ain't gonna lie. Seeing how lightning quick Doctor Doom can move. Hopefully they show that. He went up to Thanos and just pulled the spine out his, like, oh god, put the whole spine out his whole body, bro. We gotta see that. We gotta see how Doctor Doom can really get like that, cause they really didn't show us for like the last three Fantastic Four films that they showed Doctor Doom, but hopefully they show in this one, Avengers Doomsday.
Reasons why you would want to get involved, but that's not an ideal scenario for Thanos' return. You'd possibly want him to have more agency than that. So don't expect to see Thanos in Avengers Doomsday. I don't expect to see Josh Brolin as a part of a cast announcement. But for Avengers Secret Wars, where I think literally anybody has a
I ain't gonna lie, that would be cool to see him in that second cherry reveal, bro. Man, I can't wait till we get that second cherry reveal, man. We need that, man. Christmas Day, man. Like I said earlier in that video that I reacted to about the second cherry event, I said we need that on Christmas Day, man. That would be a pretty cool Christmas gift right there for all the Marvel fans.
chance to show up, that's where I would suspect to see him. And then, oh, by the way, incidentally, we get to make good on that panel. Now look, real talk, I'm not sure how much stakes is still wrapped up in a Thanos death at this point. He went from surviving Infinity War to dying twice during Endgame, literally zapped in half by Infinity Ultron on the spot.
Oh, dang. I never paid attention to that. So, dang, he did die right there. That was in Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness movie. Wow. When Black Bolt finna get rid of Doctor Strange. That one. Doctor Strange variant right there. But I ain't gonna lie, I would like to learn more about Black Bolt. How powerful he can probably get. Because I never know too much. I never know too much about this whole Avengers team up right here. Good heroes in that universe. But I heard that the 838, I might be wrong, 838, whatever universe supposed to become a Spider-Man Brand New Day movie. So can't wait to look forward to that. But dang, I never knew Thanos died right there. I never paid attention to that. Wow. Because I would never rewatch that Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness movie again.
Died to the Illuminati after he already had Infinity Stones. So we've seen him die again and again. As this course for Marvel, once he died the first time, they may serve you up a couple more times for death. So I'm not sure that there's exactly the same amount of cachet to see Thanos basically get his head ripped out at this point. But I think it will be shocking to see that on screen during an Avengers film. We don't normally see that level of violence. They can't normally get away with something like that as PG-13. But
It's kind of crazy. I just now realized that they really never showed Doctor Doom being like a bigger threat than what it were in the show in like the past Marvel films that we had. Cause really ain't no build up to Doctor Doom except for the Fantastic Four new movie that just came out with him and Franklin Richards at the end credits scene. That whole movie. Cause it would have been pretty cool to show some after Endgame of like a Doctor Doom type, like a Doctor Doom. I would say like a Doctor Doom threat would be coming next. Like how they done build Thanos up. Well, how they like build up each villain from like the past Avengers movie. Like after Avengers, like the first one, they had Ultron. Man, I think they had Thanos also. Then after Age of Ultron, Avengers Age of Ultron, they had Thanos. Then we had Infinity War and Endgame. Then we really ain't got no build up to Doctor Doom, but only for the Fantastic Four new movie that I said. But hopefully we'll see that real of Doctor Doom, the most powerful Doctor Doom ever. Yeah, man, it would be cool to see Thanos again, bro. But he probably gonna come back for a short period of time because Doctor Doom probably gonna wipe him out. But hopefully we see like a long fight between them. Just don't like Doctor Doom get rid of him like that easy, like that, bro. You really never showed Thanos as a bigger threat than he ever was. Like that, bro. I hope they at least give us like a long fight scene. That would be pretty cool to see. But it is what they do with this, man. But run them views up for your boy, and I catch y'all later. Peace.